here with more Space Engineers, and today it's actually a rather good day. We've gotten a bunch of stuff done, and we have made a bit of progress. Actually, I need to check something really quick. Alright, so we have a bit more to go. Alright, so let's move this stuff over really quick. And I'm gonna grab, I don't know, that should be good. And for you guys, I need to make probably more than that, but actually I'm fairly certain I'm gonna need more than that. I'm gonna need probably twice that, actually. 45k silicone, 48k silicone. Okay, so we have enough to deal with that. Now, I know a couple people have been wondering when we're going to finish this upper area. What we're waiting for is to get the crafting area downstairs, like the fabrication and storage area, finished, so that we can get this stuff out of here. Because once we have this out, we just have to have a landing pad piped in, which I haven't even begun to plan yet. I'm thinking that'll probably be over here somewhere where we'll have a quick access point, and then that'll tie into our grid network so that we can get resources into the process without having to go through the giant pit that hasn't been dug yet. That'll be our short-term thing. Alright, let me grab, I grabbed a bunch of plates just, yeah. Let me grab a couple more, just grab another 100 of those. And I'll show you what we're doing. I'm gonna just go ahead and weld that up. Weld that up. Basically just getting some of this done before we head downstairs. Alright. Okay, so we're going to, let me turn the light on. So first up, we still have to obviously seal these, which we can go ahead and start closing some of this stuff up. We'll leave that one open for now. Oh yeah, I did want to grab like 1,000 plates because I want to get this stuff welded up. And I'll show you why here in a second. Alright. So on this side, we still haven't loaded the conveyor air vent mod, which is all that's waiting for. Once that's in, then we'll have an air vent over here. I just don't want an air vent protruding out into the space here. One of the things that I could do is I could put a regular air vent in here and then swap this out for the upper portion of the 2x1 ramp. Hello, debris. There we go. So you'll be able to see, you know, so if you're standing down here, you'll be able to look up and see what the condition of the air is, which might not be a bad idea. Let's see what that looks like. That's going to require us to do that. And I need more plates. Don't worry, we will get to the... Still, I grab 1,100 of them. We will get to the actual build here in a second. I'll show you the MedBay that we've been flying back and forth in front of. There we go. And so what I was thinking was maybe something like this. And then we just would drop that in there, and that should hold atmosphere once everything in here is actually welded up. Alright, so without getting too much more sidetracked, we now have all the windows in on this side. The doorways are fully welded up and the windows are here. If you remember, I said we were going to have a little alcove entrance area, and that's what we have here, coming into an airlock. Now, this entire room is actually airtight, as you can tell. And just to show you really quick, it's holding atmosphere. Yay! Okay. So I'm really starting to enjoy these half windows. Like I said, I have to check to make sure, but I'm fairly certain they have more hit points than the standard window does. Not modified, obviously. There are mods that actually increase windows to make them a little bit more durable. So we come into here. I've added an oxygen tank to store the room when we depressurize stuff. I'm actually going to be relocating this. I'm probably going to put it over on this wall. And then we'll have the air vent on it specifically to store just the O2 that's in here. So that way if something happens in the grid, this doesn't get drained. All of our habitation areas will have an oxygen storage system in them. I just haven't gotten to that point to deal with it yet, so. But yeah, so we do have a full medical suite on hand. We can now recharge here. This is completely piped in, so we can actually refuel our oxygen and hydrogen when we're here. And additionally, it gives us a very secure respawn point. In here is our medical room. This could either be the medical officer's quarters or recovery room. Now, I don't have this piped in. I may actually take one of these out simply to get O2 pass through in here so that when the doors are closed, you don't suffocate. Actually, may as well go ahead and do that right now while we're thinking about it. Let's see here. And let's go that way. I don't know if I have the parts on me for it. Nope, not even close. Okay, that's fine. So that way we'll be able to get O2 in there. Now, since this is here, pressurized, that stays pressurized. Okay. So let's head down. Now, we've made a bit of a change here. I've gone ahead and cleaned up the lines a little bit. Took out the extra blocks on the side, and we've gone ahead and put windows in. Now, I haven't put one here so I can get in and out of here easily. Or at least a bit more easily. And we have some areas like here that don't have any windows on them, and that's intentional. So that way what I can do is at various points as we go down the line, I'd be able to add windows. Now I don't have any construction components on me, so I can't do them here, or add windows, add lights, rather. And so what we'll do is we'll end up having lights every so often on both sides. So at least that's the idea. And so coming down here, we have gotten the conveyor system welded in. And we have our little area down here. Now, the last time we were together, we were talking about expanding out the sides a little bit. And as you can tell, I did. And I did this all the way down to the what'll be the crater area. So what we're going to have is this is going to be the end of the fabrication area. Basically all of our production stuff will be down in this line. Our cargo storage area is going to be basically from those blocks to this block, and same on this side. Almost said vice versa. Okay. I do need to cap some of this off, and I'm thinking what we may do is we may go ahead and do something like this. And because we can get away with that. That'll see what that looks like. Alright, that should work. Because this is basically going to be the end of the line right here. So that'll all be closed off and airtight. So it doesn't need to be ridiculously huge. I think that'll work. And then we'll go. I'm thinking, get rid of these for right now. We'll grab this. And basically we would end up with, I might even stylize that a little bit. Because I'm thinking we may do something like this. Yeah. Oh, I need girders. So basically have a window here, have this all capped off. And then we were talking about before, this will be our operations and maybe like a crew quarters area. And so what we'll end up doing is actually, let's go like that. And that way we know that's going to be staying. So what I want to do is have this be an area with a couple of desks, and there's going to be a lot of LCDs down here and some programmable blocks and such, basically telling us what's going on in our entire system. We're going to have one line going out to the cargo blocks on both sides, basically using this thing to tie them all together. We're going to have a line going out to all of the refineries, and what that's going to do is it's going to come down, cut back over here, and then go down the middle line, and we're going to have that mirrored on both sides. And what we'll do is here where it starts to feed out, it's actually going to have a sorting block into it that will only let ore go down that line. And then it'll branch off to the various refineries as it goes. And then each of the refineries is going to have a return line that ties into a larger line. So we'll have one line going all the way down with tie-ins on it, which will also have sorting blocks on them. And so that way each refinery is only processing a specific type of material. And then we'll have, you know, 2 for stone. So basically things that we're processing a lot of constantly, just to get it through the system faster. And we can always change what it's filtering for if we find a situation where we have, you know, just some ridiculous amount of each resource coming in, which we will eventually get to. So that's part of the reason why I want to do this, is because when we start talking about large grid mining craft, we're going to be bringing back, or potentially bringing back, you know, millions of units of ore for each resource type on top of the stone and everything else. So I want to have a system that'll allow me to process all the material that I need at any point in time. I basically will always have something available. And then we'll have assemblers that are doing either specific items, because assemblers are tiny. So we're either going to do one assembler per item type, which gets expensive when you start looking at all of the materials that you have available for construction purposes. Or we'll have them do groups. So we'll have one that does just, say, plates, interior plates, one that does large and small tubes, one that does grids, you know, one that does, I don't know, bulletproof glass and displays. Yeah, that kind of thing. And then that way we'll be able to have the system set up to print things out for us or to manufacture things for us when we need it, as we need it. And then, like I said before, I do want to work on using a little bit of the scripting for this, actually writing a script for it. And I will introduce y'all to a scripting tool that works really, really well for space engineers. It actually automates a lot of what you wanted to do. You choose targets and say, I want it to do this when certain things are true. And so what we're going to do is see if we can get that to work for us. If we can get that going, what I'll do is like I said, I want to set up a touchscreen program, which is going to require quite a bit of code. And that is, we're going to have a angled, what's it called, air vent here eventually. But yeah, so those are the longer term goals. All right, so now if we go with that, okay, we got plenty of plates. Don't know if we actually have enough plates to finish this off, but it's just bugging me. I had to do it. Sorry. It's not OCD, it's OED. Obsessive engineer disorder. Okay. And the only thing left here is you guys. Alright, so kind of tempted to take stuff out. How did you get? Oh, that was from when I blew up the roof tile by accident. Alright, so all of this should now be airtight in theory. We won't know until we actually get the upper area done and get the lower section done here, which is why we're making all that glass. Let's refill here really quick. We need to put that script back into automatic, what's it called? Airlocks. Simple airlocks script, which is an awesome script. If you haven't used it before, we'll have it set up, or maybe we'll set it up next time as part of what we're doing. We're getting to the point where we're actually going to start needing these things to be up and running, so alright. And you are at least 2 blocks away, so should be okay, I think. I may have to break some things. Anyway, let's head down here. Actually, got interior plates. Okay, yeah, we got steel plates. Okay, so now let's come down here. We'll get a little bit more of this done. And what I'm thinking here is we're going to keep this simple. These are just placeholders. Just so I remember where my walls are, because you would be surprised at how often I forget that yes, I actually do have walls. So, okay, so we know we need to build everything within this area. Now, like I said, this is going to be kind of hab space up here. And I have interior, so I can actually grab that. And let's see here. Do that and maybe put another one. No, let's put you guys in. I'm actually tempted to put it right here. So we can go like so. And we'll drop another one of you right there. And what I'll probably end up with is something that we'll end up removing those windows for. In fact, let's do that now, because if we go... I don't want to do this. I think I want you there, you there. And we're going to do the same over here. And you're going to tie into whatever the roof solution ends up being. So we're going to do something like that. So maybe that. You guys are there, that's a wall. So yeah. So we'll do that. And you guys will come up to there, I think. And then we'll figure out the rest of it once we have everything said and done. Actually, let's move you out of there. And we're gonna put, I know it's kind of pedantic at this point. All right, so we'll do that. Do that. Okay, so odds are you're staying there. And you are staying here. Right, so that'll give us the armory, so we can swap gear out if we need to. We'll have some O2 and hydrogen tanks down in here probably. Tools and such. Alright. And then this will actually be inside the pressure envelope. So if we do that, so I'm thinking here, this raises up the roof on the interior, and this would back to there, which we don't need it to. We need it. I guess we could actually just go with the one high ceiling in here. Because what we could do, if we want it to do this way, is we just go ahead and run this stuff over here. So that way we end up with a little bit more room. And I guess we could just go ahead and do that. And on this side is going to be you guys. Oop. Dang it. Okay, so that gives us an idea of what our interior space is going to look like. And I'm thinking we'll probably I'm thinking we'll probably end up with this stuff there. And we can have, let's go. This will be Habitation. So we'll end up with, oh, I need the other walkway panels. Since these are airtight, be able to do something like that. And then so, and then that means we can have on there, and lockers there. There we go. Because this is another one of those awesome little blocks that are airtight for no reason other than because they are. Alright, so we do that and that. Gives us some space down here. Well, you know what I can do? We can go here. We can put this in here. We'll put a window on the other side to seal it. And then I'm thinking maybe do that. Or hell, I could even do it, just do that here. Come to think of it. And then we can put a desk here with a chair so that, you know, or maybe set the tables up out here or something. Oh no, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
Energy low.
So we do that, we do that. We can then put this one here. And we can have a door right there. Now the room will be airtight. We'll have a vent in here somewhere. We're gonna do the offset door. That's gonna be on the outer wall. There we go. And what I will do here is I'm thinking, need to drop that down maybe. That could be, I don't know if that's going to be good or not. And what we'll do here is that And it gives us flat space in here. We can put light in on here and put a light in on here. And you guys, that seals that off. Okay. Actually, let's go you and you. Okay. So we'll end up with some space in here. We'll be able to put a light on this wall facing out. We'll have a light over the door facing in. And then the hallway on this side, take you
Energy critical.
out. Okay, so you're not airtight to the side, so I actually need you to be there. For those who don't know, the 2x1 ramp blocks are not airtight on the side. They're only airtight on the two large flat faces. So if you're building with them, you need to have something that is known to be airtight off on the side there. Now, where we can get away with it is we can do it, yeah. And we're going to do the same thing on, are we going to do the same thing on the other side? Alright, I need to go grab some power, but I think we will, yeah, I think we're going to do that. Whoa. About to kill myself here. Quick. Oh. Ah. The reason to have these MedBays here, right? Okay. So I think that gets us where we need to be for today, which means that we're going to call this one here. Let's head back down here really quick. We'll take the more scenic tour. So yeah, I do think that this will get us where we want to be. And then once we have this dialed in, I'm thinking we're going to go ahead and just take these out here. And I really could push this over one more, which might not be a bad idea. I'll have to think about it. But I am going to go ahead and call this one here. I'm going to thank you all for stopping in. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, you know the routine. Smack those like buttons, throw things down in the comment section, and be sure to subscribe for more space engineers and random building content. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and we will see you back here next time for more space engineers. As always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everybody. So if we go here and here, oh, you know what I could do? I could do something like this, where we have that and that. We then have you guys like this. And you right there. And then for here, we have that, and that to make it airtight. We can then do that, and we'll do another walkway here just because I prefer those to at least look like they're closed off. And then we can have a desk here and a desk here. Maybe even put a planter in here with a desk here so you can sit here and do your work. Oh, we'll figure it out.